Hello everyone, Chocolo here for another video review. This time we have Willie's Cacao El Blanco, or the white one I guess, or the white. Sublime Creamy White Chocolate, 50 grams. There we go. So thanks to Andrew Winton who's recommended this one. Basically said it's the the best white chocolate there is, so no pressure on his review. I do apologise if I don't like it as much. Always worries me a bit that, but yeah, I had to get it. He'd recommend it so much and he's a big fan of white chocolate, so and hello there by the way. So what does it say on the back? Well, long forgotten flavours, it says. This is white chocolate as it should be. Totally pure and sublimely creamy. It comes down to beautiful ingredients and perfect balance. Natural cocoa butter, raw cane sugar and milk all in perfect harmony. And since it's not too sweet and there's no vanilla, the flavour notes of the cacao really shine through. Take a small bite, and as it melts you will soon realise that this is the most unusual and delectable square of chocolate. www.williescacao.com. Made in UK by Willie's Cacao Limited. And then gives the address. So there we go. Sounds very promising, and I must admit, when I did have the Lindt, I think it was the Lindt or the no, it's Green and Black's white chocolate. It was vanilla basically, and you know, you have the white chocolate thinking, oh yes, it's white chocolate, but you don't really sort of consider that vanilla in it is a flavouring. So it's a bit like having, say, orange chocolate, you know. And it's yeah, it was a shame really because it was quite nice, but it wasn't white chocolate, you know. So I'm interested. Yeah, it should be good. Really, I'm interested in this definitely. Only natural ingredients is white chocolate, cocoa solids 36%. Yeah, a few other things. There you go, cocoa butter, milk, etc. So there's no point. Yeah, well, cocoa butter, milk powder 3%, raw cane sugar, and I think that's it really. It goes on a different language then. So what have we got? Calories. So per 100 grams, so basically half of this because 50 gram bar, 612 calories. I think 45.7 grams of fat, I think it is, 28.4 which is saturates. So basically we've got 306 calories for the whole thing. What's that? 27 and a half, 28 roughly really, grams of fat. And I forgot 28.4. So 14.2 which is saturates. So there we go. Roughly. Assuming I can read it right, but I think I can. Yeah. So there we go. Good stuff. It looks quite nice as well, I think you'd say. I quite like the look of the pack. They're all Willie's Cacao comes in this kind of little square box. They're quite not expensive. They're not cheap though. Quite expensive. Usually found in Sainsbury's and places, but I think this one I had to get it online basically. I had to get it from Amazon. Yeah, it wasn't available online. It's a bit of a shame. It wasn't available in Sainsbury's, but I could see anyway. And I don't know where. You know, basically, you know, I think you might have to go to specialist shops to get it. You know, independent chocolate shops, whatever. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, Sainsbury's seems to be the only supermarket I've seen that sells them. Maybe others do, but there isn't like any of the other, any posher ones near me, Waitrose or whatever. So maybe they do, I don't know. But anyway. Okay, let's give it an open. See, so it comes in a nice sort of Christmas present, birthday present wrapping paper with a sort of the C from the cacao on it. I think it's a different letter. I think they have a sheet which says Willie's Cacao. And obviously, just whichever part you end up with is pure chance, really. Not sure what part of the letter that is, actually. Maybe it's part of the W. Maybe it's part of the curl on the W. I'm not sure. It's part of that somewhere, anyway. I don't think anyone's particularly worried which bit it is. Okay, so there we go. So some flourishes, but of course, you know, it's inside the box. But I mean, we may as well, let's have a look. Yeah, so it's roughly, without the flourishes, about 8.1 centimetres. And I guess with the box is about 9 centimetres wide. So not too bad. Using about a centimetre, I think. But I think you can probably accept that. Probably. Okay, let's give it an open. If I can. Bit tight. There we go. Well, it's survived in one piece, which is always good. Smells very nice. So you can see, not minimal decoration, I think you'd say. I mean, I guess what I would expect was it to say that on it, Willie's Cacao, but it doesn't for whatever reason. So that's a bit disappointing. But it does have like a W inside the coffee bean. Yeah, I had it up wrong way up, I think, before. So you can clearly see it's the W from there. There we go. Yeah, unless I'm just seeing things. Okay. Yeah, so it's not as wide at the top as it is at the bottom. Again, a bit disappointed. But I guess it's a 50 gram bar either way, so, you know, Yeah, so we're now, without the wrapping, it's now 7.8 centimetres. So we lost about 1.2 centimetres from the size of the box. So, yeah. So a bit disappointing, I think you would say that is. I mean, clearly, you know, I think, yeah, I think that's quite disappointing. You know, it could easily fill that box a bit better, I would have said. There you go. So yeah, a bit disappointing that. And again, of course, the height as well. Again, you know, yeah. Well, let's see. What's the height of the bar? About 0.6 centimeters. The height of the box. 1.4, 1.5, about 1.4. So again, so what's that? 0.8 centimeters. Yeah. So I mean, of course, there has to be some leeway. The cardboard's a millimeter thick or whatever. So I mean, you know, but still, yeah. A bit disappointing that, I think you would say, especially from an independent chocolate company. You would expect them to be a bit more open with, well, I would have expected it. That's what usually their selling points are, isn't it? A bit more pure and a bit more less markety and horrible. But clearly, yeah, clearly that's a lot. Yeah. Now, for some reason, someone has literally just started drilling in the background outside, which is great. You might be able to hear it, you might not. I'm going to persevere on anyway. So there you go. So I do apologise for that, but there you go. Okay. So there we go. So I'm assuming I'm going to snap it in half. Yeah, I think it's a perfect square. So I'm sure there's nothing to be seen inside. No. Just the same. Okay, let's give it a taste then, I think. Lift myself up. Turn myself off. Okay, let's see. Is it censored? Yes, it is, I hope. Yeah, near enough. So there we go. There we go. I'll have one. Okay, let's give it a go. Yeah, so I don't actually, just think, I mean, normally before it's giving you a bit of information about who this Willie guy is, but it doesn't seem to actually say it in this one at all. I'm sure you passes to say, you know, this guy was, I don't know, Willie somebody, or whatever, but it doesn't say it in this box at all, so. Anyway, assuming there's a guy called Willie or something that's involved with it, maybe. Who knows? Or maybe it's a type of cacao? Who knows? We're not told. Anyway, okay, let's give it a taste. It's quite creamy, quite milky. Milky, I think you'd say, rather than creamy. It tastes very similar to ruby chocolate, but without that fruity aftertaste, the raspberry or whatever. So it's just got that sort of like creamy, fruity taste, but without a fruit taste, if that makes any sense. It's quite refreshing. It doesn't have that sickly taste that white chocolate often has either. It's quite pure. White chocolate for me often catches on the throat. Just I can't, gets a bit sickly. But this really doesn't have that. So there's clearly something very pure about this one. It's not got a lot of stuff in other white chocolates often have. Well, that's the impression I'm getting. I do feel though that it's perhaps just too plain, really. I feel like it needs something else in it. I feel like on its own, it's a bit too plain. It's a bit too pure. Obviously, Andrew Winton, a regular viewer, loves this, and of course, perhaps if you love white chocolate, then this is definitely for you. But I think for me, it's just a bit too plain. And I found that with some of Willie's Cacao, really, their chocolates, they're just a bit too plain. I think there's a couple of them. There's one of them that I really liked. I think it was the I can't think which one it was now. Yeah, I've done a couple of reviews. There was one I really liked actually, and I think it was, I don't know, it might have been the raspberry one. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might have to look it up. Or yeah. Anyway, either way, there was one that was really nice, and even though it was, you would have thought it'd be a bit plain, it just had a really nice taste to it. So it's not necessarily that it's just don't have any filling or whatever in it. But I think for me, I think I do like it. I think it just needs to be with something else, It's really nice chocolate. It is really nice chocolate, but maybe it's just me, the way I eat chocolate. I just like to have a couple of textures in there. Whereas this one's just, well, I say that. I mean, cheaper bars, dairy milks, things like this, I can quite happily eat on their own. Even Nestle Yorkies, which isn't that great quality chocolate really, but it just seems to work just because of the size of it and the chunkiness of it. So I don't know what it is. Just I think it's just it's just too subtle a flavour. It's not strong enough. And again, that's both a good and a bad thing. Depends on your viewpoint really. But in my eyes, I think I just need something a bit more. I can imagine if I had this and I put another Willie's Cacao beside it, a chocolate one, a dark chocolate one, or a milk chocolate one, or any other chocolate one, and had bit them both together, I think I'd be a lot happier. I think as it stands, it's just not enough going on with it really. But again, it's positive as well, isn't it? Because that's what it's trying to do. This is white chocolate as it should be. It says totally pure and sublimely creamy. And I would say it's more milky than creamy. By which I mean. By which I mean, I think if it was creamy, I think it'd be sickly, and it's not sickly. And it sort of have a sort of thicker, lasting taste in the mouth, and it doesn't. But it's definitely pure. And I say it's creamy because I think I've described other chocolates as creamy, and you often are, as I say, very sort of thick. Quite, as I say, very noticeably have a sort of creamy taste really, and quite sickly, if you have too much of it. This just isn't sickly at all. So I think to describe it not as creamy as or milky, I think is actually, I would say, a positive. And I think it does tick the box of being totally pure, because as I say, I could eat the whole thing and I'm not getting any sickly taste at all in my mouth, or in my throat or anywhere. And again, I think that's a positive. But I think the detriment to this, the thing that falls out for me, is it's just not exciting enough. There's not enough textures in there or flavours really. It's just very, very pure, like they say. And I think really obviously there are people out there who love it, Andrew, and that's what they want it for, which is fine. But I think for me, I would prefer it if it was coupled with something, either marbled in with milk chocolate, or had crunchy bits in there. I'm not a big fan of nuts generally, or fruits, but obviously, if I could appreciate that could be the other flavour, the other textures that they could add in. I mean, it wouldn't be for me, but So I think, I'm sorry, Andrew. I think for me it's probably a 3 or maybe a 3.5 out of 5. I think I did love the Nestle Milky Bar, the new one. It was really nice, and really like that white chocolate. It might be less pure, might be I don't know, more harmful to the planet or whatever than this, but it just really worked for me, and that was a really good white chocolate. But for this one, it's just a bit too average for me really. I think I need something else with it for it to shine. I think something else needs to accompany this to make the flavours really work, or the flavour of the white chocolate, or the subtlety of it. Really be appreciated. So so I think, I mean, I'm drawn to say 3.5 out of 5. I think purely because it is such a pure white chocolate. It really does not have that sickly taste. You can tell it. You can really tell that, and I think that's commendable. But it just unfortunately for me, just doesn't come out and work as a positive in the way it tastes. I just feel like it needs to be, something else needs to accompany it for it to really work. I think. Oh well, a shame. But anyway, sorry Andrew. We're still good, still like it. Don't dislike it or anything like that. But I think obviously just don't love it as much as you. No, it's just a shame. We've all got different opinions. It's the way it is, unfortunately, isn't it? But there we go. But obviously, there you go. That is a clear message there that it can be that there are. Hang on, is that the door? Someone might have been delivering something. There can be. Just difference of opinion. It is difficult to cater for all tastes. Some people just love white chocolate, and they're going to really appreciate this more than others who perhaps, like myself, don't have a particular affinity to white chocolate. I like all chocolates generally equally. But I think for me, as I say, it just needs something else to bring out the taste, or to be accompanied the taste to make it work. Anyway, I think I've laboured that point enough. I just feel a bit guilty about it. That's all. There we go. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed it too, Andrew. I'm sorry again, and anyway, hope you don't hate me now. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Or follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all this on the other. More active on Instagram these days, I think, but anyway, follow me either way. And leave a comment or like my videos, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and see you later. Bye. See ya.